Howdy y'all, I hope you guys are all doing well, I hope you guys are safe, and I hope you guys are healthy. My name is Josh, and I absolutely love clothing, personal style, and things of that nature. So if you're interested in that kind of content, feel free to subscribe to me here on YouTube, as well as follow me on Instagram at @wears_galdo. So today's video, it basically came about because I was looking through like my old videos and the different topics that are on my channel, and I was really surprised that there isn't a video dedicated to specifically denim jackets. Denim jackets are one of my absolute favorite pieces of outerwear because they're the most wearable pieces of outerwear in Las Vegas. It does not get very cold here, so heavier pieces of outerwear are hardly necessary. But a denim jacket is a really good way to spruce up an outfit when it is maybe a little bit hotter outside in the spring or fall. And so denim jackets, one of my favorite things to wear. A thought that I had in my head that I was like kind of battling with, thinking of like what video to make next, is like one singular type of item enough for me to make an entire video about? Well, the denim jacket has gone through so many different iterations, been made by so many different companies, and is a true American classic in my opinion. And so I was like, you know what? With rich history, my different examples of them, and the different companies that have made them, I think it's absolutely worth it to go ahead and make an entire video about them. So I've been really back and forth on which example of a denim jacket to show you first, but I think it's only fitting that I show you the Type 1. The Type 1 is Levi's kind of original denim jacket. They initially called it the 506XX, and they didn't even call it a jacket. This was a denim blouse. This is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful jacket. Obviously you have the Levi's red tab here. There is one chest pocket with a flap. This is a reproduction from the 90s that I thrifted about 5 years ago or something like that. Really dark indigo. On the inside you can see that it has a selvage line, which I absolutely love. Yeah, other than that, this jacket on the back has a cinch at the bottom, which is kind of adjusted to make the bottom fit a little bit more form-fitting. It is really, really cropped. I don't know if this is the greatest way of showing this jacket, but I want to make use out of the mannequin. But really cropped jacket, really, really nice jacket. Really thankful to get this for only about $30. I mean, any selvage denim jacket will cost probably upwards of $100, $200, but I'm really thankful to have this one. The Type 1 has definitely gotten some popularity in other companies as well. There's a lot of other companies recreating the Type 1 and the Type 2 I'm about to show you in just a second. The original Type 1 jackets came out in about 1905, and this right here is going to be the next iteration of that. This is the Levi's Type 2 jacket, which, again, another one that I thrifted alongside the Type 1. This is a reproduction from the 90s. Has that Levi's Big E tag right over here, two chest pockets. They look very similar in nature from the Type 1 to Type 2, but on the back here, they don't have a cinching mechanism, but they do have what we kind of see on a lot of modern day denim jackets, the little tab to cinch in the waist. This one is also selvage, has a selvage line right over here. I had my brother actually embroider this one because both the Type 1 and the Type 2 I intend to keep in my collection for as long as I possibly can, because having a Type 1 and Type 2 in selvage denim and getting them both for like $30 each was too much of a good deal. So I really just don't ever want to let these go. But these two are kind of like my representation of like historic Levi's silhouettes or products. Really love them. And the only reason I know they're from the 90s is because when I bought them at the thrift store, they still had their tags and it denoted something like 94 or 96 or something like that. So I assume they are reproductions from the 90s of the original versions, which is really cool to have. Been wearing them a lot. Obviously not enough to get like full fades on the jacket itself, but if I pull over the Type 1 jacket, you can really see in kind of the armpit area there is some like fading starting to go on, and seeing those fades come in is kind of nice. Next up, I have the Levi's Type 3 jacket. This is the jacket that is kind of most synonymous with most denim jackets today, and this one is I love this jacket so much because the back has a graphic that I'll show you guys in just a little bit. But as you can see, pocket layout and front layout are completely different. Where these pockets, they still have 2 chest pockets like the Type 2, but they have a V-shaped pattern going down to the waist, and that kind of makes it a little bit slimmer in the cut. Really like this jacket. This one, you can really tell from like the difference in color. This is a much darker kind of raw indigo color, whereas this one is like more washed, kind of like more summery vibe in regard to color, really lightweight. This is not selvage denim, but I do suspect that this jacket is from anywhere in like the 70s or 80s. The last thing I want to show you guys about this jacket is the back, right over here. It has a hand embroidered picture of an eagle on the back, which is awesome. When I found this, I think I was at like Buffalo Exchange or something, I had to have it for this. I looked at the back, it was so irregular, and I'm like, so this seems hand done. I had trade-in, so this was like kind of essentially free for me, and I was like, this is so cool. It fit really well, and so this is probably my favorite Type 3 jacket that I own. So the Type 1 came out in 1905, the Type 2 came out somewhere in the early 50s if I'm not mistaken, and this Type 3 came out in 1962, and this is kind of like the gold standard for most companies to make denim jackets in. The way I like these jackets personally are completely unlined. Because it's hotter here in Las Vegas, like I'd mentioned earlier, anything that has some sort of insulation gets really uncomfortable in Las Vegas, especially with the sun beating down, and it just gets really hot, really sweaty. So I prefer my denim jackets unlined for where I live, but there are options out there. That there are a lot of Type 3 jackets that you can find on eBay and Grailed and Depop and stuff. They'll have blanket lining, or they'll also have flannel lining, as well as the heaviest version of them, which is going to be the like fleece lined Type 3 jacket. Really good for a plethora of different weather conditions or temperature conditions. And so if you want the look, you can get them in any sort of function that you need them for. So the various silhouettes that Levi has produced in regard to their denim jackets have really been stood the test of time to be the quintessential denim jacket, but they're not the only company to make denim jackets. This black iteration here is actually done by Marlboro, the cigarette company, and back in like the 90s and prior, Marlboro also created clothing. This I was able to thrift, and the back graphic is so cool. Just a silhouetted portrait of a cowboy, has Marlboro Wild West over here on the bottom. Really cool jacket, and really happy to have this one in my collection. But this does have kind of little side pockets. Oh, eye drops. I did not know those were there. This right here is an example of a denim jacket that isn't really inspired by like original Levi's trucker jackets or Type 1, 2, or 3. This one is going to be kind of independent, has existed and workwear for a long time. This is the chore coat. This is from Calvin Klein. I did thrift this one as well. It had a logo here, but I went ahead and embroidered that out. But black chore coat, covered in paint. Really cool. Has 2 chest pockets over here that have buttons, and then 2 lower pockets down here. This one definitely doesn't fit like any other denim jacket. It's kind of like a longer coat. Here, let me try and somehow show you guys this a little bit better. Since this is a longer coat, it's kind of hard to show you the full length of it, but this kind of cuts off at maybe, I don't know, maybe mid-thigh. So it is longer, not the cropped version that Levi's produced, but chore coats. Can't go wrong, really cool, and it is also super light, really light outerwear piece, just like any other denim jacket should be. So now that I've spoken about all the vintage information and all that, there is so much more to talk about, but it is kind of hard to all encompass everything that is a denim jacket because there is just so much there. But enough about Levi's, let's talk about other companies that produce denim jackets as well. And that's about every single one of them. I think you'd be hard-pressed to find a brand that didn't create a denim jacket at one point in their existence. This one is going to be from Kapital. If you guys watched, I went to Seattle like a while ago and I got this from Glasswing. It was very expensive, but it commemorates my vacation really. So this particular jacket is going to be the Kapital Century denim. I think the color code is 123. I'm not sure how they refer to that like whole color coding system. I do know the numbers associated with the colors in terms of century denim, but all in all, this is just a really, really dark indigo. In camera, it might come off as like completely black, but it is a really dark indigo to the point of being black. And as it fades, it gets more lighter washed indigo. So it's like an over-dyed indigo is what I'm trying to say. Keep it simple. But this is not modeled by any Levi's denim jacket. This is actually modeled after the Lee Jeans Rider jacket. Another competitor to Levi's trucker jackets, but this one is really cool. The shape itself is a lot more slim, and it isn't really in line with what I usually wear silhouette-wise for my upper body, because it is like a little, my upper body is a little bit wider. But cool denim jacket. Really was interested in the coloration of it, because if you don't know, century denim is basically denim with a thread interwoven throughout the entire thing. So to get the texture, let me just bring this closer. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, Lee Jeans Rider jacket inspired Kapital Century denim. And lastly, what I think is probably my favorite denim jacket that I own, another one from Kapital. You guys know how much I absolutely love Kapital, but this is going to be another century denim jacket in color 9S and taking the shape of a Levi's Type 1 jacket. So color-wise, it is the easiest to blend into my wardrobe because I predominantly wear black, but the texture of it is very, very unique. So I'll bring that a little bit closer. So as you can tell, it has that like denim with the interweaving threads through it, but the denim underlying is kind of black, whereas the threads have like a brownish hue to them. And that's because this particular denim is mud dyed. There isn't much to explain with mud dyed. It's exactly how it sounds. They use mud to color the threads weaving throughout the century denim. I have been told that once I wash this, the mud coloration itself will kind of fade out and they'll turn kind of white, which is totally fine by me. But just kind of the uniqueness of this item is just so cool to me. This does also have the back cinch, which is directly in line with the Type 1 jacket. And the Type 1 being my favorite Levi's jacket, I mean, this was a no-brainer. Again, super expensive. This was like $800 when I went to Blue and Green Soho in New York. Really happy to have it, but denim jackets can get really, really high in price, and definitely look into alternatives to get it for cheaper, because I mean, on the secondhand market, denim jackets are plentiful, even from designer brands. And that's about all the denim jackets that I own. I absolutely love denim jackets, like I said before, and I love each and every one of these for different reasons. I definitely think they add a little bit of like Americana flavor into any outfit. They fit in with majority of outfits and aesthetics. You can get them from a plethora of different brands at different price points. So denim jackets are an absolutely versatile piece to have in anyone's wardrobe. But I'm curious, do you guys like denim jackets? Do you think that they're like a timeless piece? Because I definitely do. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate your guys' time, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.